Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I have a question for the gentleman there.
And what's your name?
My name is Valentina.
Valentina. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
This voice sounds familiar. Is that Afia Schwarzenegger? This voice sounds familiar. You said Valentina, and I want to connect.
Afia Schwarzenegger is called Valentina Nanejewa.
So you are the one. Okay, so Valentina.
Why are you answering the question for the man?
I'm not answering. I'm asking it. Are you the same person?
Okay,
I want to know.
Answer.
Okay, are you the same person?
The president that does not value education, how will he encourage the youth to go to school?
Cheddar is number one. Number one is Cheddar.
Afia Schwarzenegger aklashe eye nana kwame bedi akochada. Cheddar ekoye interview ewo Star FM woni Bola na interview no mu na phone call mo no moje phone call bi afre na bia wo question obisa na eno na yenkohwe dance phone call obi frɛ ya wo se friend is Valentina Ejiwa. And no have Valentina Ejiwa na wutie ne kasa. Then it means say Valentina wo de pakra ka no wasem Afia Schwarzenegger ono na afre. Before some do work on Afia Schwarzenegger unim say o true shades e de ma nana kwame bedi akochada papa shades de ye kasa obi a true be de ma nana kwame bedi akochada Afia Schwarzenegger. Oxe nana kwame bedi akochada krampo no one nam one omudwuma mu ye na pe ema nana kwame bedi akochada ebe reply say enkofo bi a omo celebrities a ya mema me omo ska e na omo kasatia ono nana kwame bedi akochada.
You know, we want to change our continent, we want to empower our youth, but all the time, you can see say there are people who are doing something conniving in the government sector. Either say they make you look like a criminal, they write bad news about you, they say this, they say that. You know, I've seen people even now, it's clear that there are stars and other people who are paid by some political leaders just to destroy other people for them. You know, that's their job. I'll take money and I'll go and destroy this person for sure. We can't build our nation like this.
Nadia, a phone call in say, Bola busa Cheddar the childhood life baby o cool school eno na Cheddar ko fa betu bi say o wakọ Accra Academy ne ho nsese bebre na eno na Bola Rebecca say ene ma school no ni moto o de ma school ni anthem kra ha na eno na ensem kese ma Cheddar because no wontimi moto kra enpo no ba beto anthem na after that na conversation Afia Schwarzenegger ebema obeke ka science na Afia Schwarzenegger baby ogina na say o say Cheddar and respect and as go believe in education but omana obechechere you don't believe in education bedo no mind akoso yendi kantie Cheddar sense bra
Is the real deal. Okay, and this is the man of our generation. So lots of messages. Let's talk about growing up and education. So for you, primary school was where and secondary school was where?
Oh, I mean, primary school was in Ghana. I went to Modern International.
Modern?
Yeah, in Kumasi.
Oh,
you know,
Kumasi boy.
Yes, and then I came to Accra when I was 11. Then started secondary schools. I started from one in Tema, and then I came to Accra for a bit. Then I left to Apam.
Okay, so you were in Accra Academy.
Yeah.
Which year were you in Accra Academy?
I was with the Timmy and the Montero boys. So
which year was that?
We're 94, last group.
So how many years were you in Accra Academy for?
Oh, it wasn't even a year because.
Oh, it wasn't, okay.
Because I wanted to be in a boarding house, and at that time Freeman is only admitting day students. So my interest was the experience in being in boarding schools, and I thought that at that time I probably already felt like I'm a big man. I'm grown.
At age 11?
Yeah, I'm taking care of myself,
Wow.
No, I was 13 then,
13,
yeah,
okay.
I was at Form 3. So
you left after 1 year?
Yeah, less than a year. It was less than maybe a little bit over a semester.
Like 3 months or a term?
No, more than a term.
More than a term?
Yeah, more than a term.
In Accra Academy for 6 months. Yeah. So what's the motto of Accra Academy?
Below.
No, I mean the school motto. Like they have... what is the motto of Accra?
Oh,
Do you know the anthem?
I probably wouldn't have chewed all of it.
Did you go to school for assembly and all?
I used to, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the motto of Accra Academy?
As in, when you say the motto, are you telling me to sing some song for you on
You
this
come
radio?
to the anthem, but then what is the motto of Accra Academy? You were in Accra Academy at least for almost a year. What is the school
If
motto?
you ask me what's the motto for APAM, I don't remember. If you ask me what's the motto for all the schools I've been, because I think some people went there to make sure they study the motto, and some people went there to make sure that they sing anthems, but some people
Can
went
you
there.
sing the anthem
I'm
for
coming.
us? Yes.
Some people went there to build relationships and to make sure that when they left footprints in the mindsets of people. Today, the people of Accra Academy, APAM Secondary, Achimota Pre-Seconds, whatever school, at least they know that there is an Anakwame Bediako, there is a Freedom Jacob Caesar.
You don't know the anthem.
You know,
of
it's not like
Academy.
I'm being ignorant or anything
Yeah.
because
Do you know the anthem of APAM?
I don't. That's why I'm saying that it's not you. For you, I think is very important. Okay. Some things I was not interested in.
Okay.
I was more interested to find out that how the cocoa comes out of the soil. You know, I was more worried about not wasting whatever money that is being invested in my fees. I wanted to make
So
something.
you know, knowing the school motto and the anthem, you thought it was a waste of investment?
Well, I don't think that it was a waste of investment, but I said some people take these things serious. It's just like today, you can find people on the street, they can sing a whole album for you, and it's Lumba. But, you know, Lumba doesn't know them, and they don't even have food on their plates the next day. So that's what they've chose. You know,
it's priorities.
Yeah, priorities. You know, and some priorities could be displayed.
Okay.
You know, so I'm sorry, but you know, all the Bello boys, you know, it's more important that you remember your friends. You know, and I'm here. You can remember me very well. This guy, it's
Cheddar
like,
cheese.
you know,
Another anthem.
and you know what? You know one good thing.
Tell us.
Bola.
Yes.
I feel like sometimes, you know, I'm visible, but I'm invincible.
Really?
Yeah, because people really see me, but people don't know me.
Let's talk about life in London. I read somewhere during my research, and I know for a fact that at the point you were out there in the UK, did you go to the university? Okay. Which university was this?
Westminster.
Oh, Westminster, great one. And then did you graduate or not? Or you were
Drop out
chasing?
again. Drop out. I mean, look.
Oh, you've been dropping out.
I mean, look. Not changing schools, dropping out. I thought it was one of my biggest motives growing up was education. But now that I've gone through the process of maturity and I'm matured, I realized that I even made more mistakes on the way for not learning things around my surrounding and the mistakes of great people. Because I don't remember what it's economics. And I'm sure if I ask you that, because maybe if you're one of the true emperors, you probably won't remember too.
Well, I know, of course, Adam Smith, and we can talk about economics of scale, we can talk about, but yes, I mean, national income and all of that. But for you, that was irrelevant.
No,
right?
it's not that it was irrelevant. I think that it's important sometimes to learn more about what is around your surrounding. You know, I think also that you should respect the relationships that you're having in this your educational journey, because sometimes you would be more appreciated if the business or the relationship that you have created within the network that you had in school becomes valuable or resourceful.
So for you, was more of the network. We're activating the phone lines now. 055-288-0216.
It's no command a Cheddar anybody really about a year in a childhood life or castle school or Accra Academy and when say paper a year mutu and a year anthem crumple a year Cheddar and me and far ama a year bulare. Now and another can be there Cheddar a case or no school no corner or school say or quakusha be mutu ne anthem or no boarding house or no person will feel the presence of boarding house and on one can sound so now say or school way ne echina no eja no kwa echa no kwa na mama fa nkọ baby a Afia Shcwar ebem so omo bie eye phone call edit me say obi abetimi afre na ono so aka anase go busa asem go busa question na eye na kwa mbedi akochada eja no na this phone call ba ye efri eye Valentina. This lady was a friend of Valentina, but utie a lady, utie the voice and the tone now, what they kasa. Then a honorable say, mammy analysis be ha. Nipakro can say your friend of Valentina. Valentina fear Jewa, Nasa say. No, see, yeah, oh, Valentina, Valentina, yeah, or no, a fresh was a nigga, I don't know. Honorable say, yeah, fresh was a nigga, because Afia Schwarzenegger anybody dear friend Valentine Afia Jiwa. It's any year. It's a ho and a bantano, a chassis or to some at the money and a kwame bidia cochada and a chat so a and I just also ever reply. It's woman some edify a chataho and a funny na a education once in summer, but they can't a catcher and a chatter a certain reply at a man.
Want to find some people from the private sector to continue this development.
Okay.
But
hello, good evening.
Good evening. I have a question for the gentleman there.
And what's your name?
My name is Valentina.
Valentina. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. My first question is, with all his vision and our state of economy now, how is he going to finance it? Because we are in a country that cannot afford beds for sick children. We cannot even afford 3 square meals. So how are we going to finance the dredging of the sea? 2, a president that does not value education. How is he going to advise the youth? Because this country right now, we have people that think MPs and ministers are supposed to be building toilets instead of developing the country. So with the president who does not value education.
Has he said that he doesn't value education? He's not said that here on the program, madam.
He clearly made it point out that he's a dropout and his focus is not education. So how is
this voice sounds familiar. Is that Afia Schwarzenegger? This voice sounds familiar. You said Valentina, and I want to connect.
Afia Schwarzenegger is called Valentina Nanejiwa.
So you are the one. Okay, so Valentina.
Why are you answering the question for the man?
I'm not answering. I'm asking it. Are you the same person?
Okay,
I want to know.
Answer.
Okay. Are you the same person?
The president that does not value education, how will he encourage the youth to go to school? Because our problem in Ghana now is illiteracy. The major problem we're facing in the country is illiteracy. That is our major problem.
Okay, he's here to answer your question. He's here to answer your question. Nana Kwame Bediako will answer you. So we've established that that's Afia Schwarzenegger, Valentina. Is that right? Hello? Okay, so go ahead.
So first of all, there's no such thing as I don't value education. I want people to understand that education is just not based on academic curriculum. Okay, education is how you can learn about things to advance your brains, to have more knowledge, and to understand a few answers. They call it wisdom. Okay, and then you have to apply it to your resources, because if you want to have education, you can educate yourself for the next 70 years. It has no end. Okay, but you have to remember that there is the books part and then there is the practical part. So you do the books part first, and then after you go into the practicality. But some people are thinking that education is just about chewing and pouring. So I am actually just advising Ghanaians that what's the point of learning about Christopher Columbus when you had the cocoa to learn about, when you had the gold to learn about? Why are you going to America to buy the gold and put it in your neck when it's right on your neck, on your land? Because you didn't study about mining when you were studying geography. So I don't have anything like that, like I'm against education. In fact, I support education, and the youth will tell you from the university, since we're doing the university challenge, even putting in $1 million, to support people who will come up with great
$1 million Ghana cedis.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, for people who come up with great ideas, to be able to use that capital to fund that idea. So it's more like a Shark Tank that we're building, and we did this because we thought that maybe this can give a facelift to the government's existing idea, because everybody is educating themselves in Ghana so they can get a job. But I want them to understand that you can become a businessman before you even acquire your degree. I want them to understand that you can acquire leadership skills before you acquire your degree.
It's #1. #1 is Cheddar. So we'll be to be seen 9 years and 9. No be president today. I said that me macho. I for the more marginal Cheddar was a Cheddar. What has a presidency, and you're running the nightclub on a Probiana Bajigana. I say Cheddar. No, bro, for bang or the choir president. The bro for 7 by 18 and I was starting school.